A little Chinese boy who lived in Manila in the Philippine Islands was saving up to buy a bicycle. But when he had saved about £3, he decided there was something more he wanted than a bicycle. And that was to help the Chinese people who were suffering in their own country so terribly because of the way Japan was smashing their homes and ruining their farms. It was the time of the war between Japan and China. He knew that many of those poor folks were starving, and he decided that he had better do something about it. So he went to a bakery and spent all the money that he had saved on sacks and sacks of bread. Then he dragged his sacks to the offices of the Chinese Relief Committee. The people there were very surprised to see all this bread and wondered what in the world they were going to do with it. They didn't want to hurt the little chap's feelings by telling him that if they tried to send it to China, it would be stale and mouldy before it ever got there. So, at last, they decided to call it patriotic bread and sell it again to the Chinese people in Manila. It was amazing how quickly it was bought, and at the end of the day, the boy's £3 had grown to 10. This is a great idea, said the committee, and with the £10 they bought more bread and tied labels to it, telling that it was patriotic bread again. The Chinese women of Manila sold it outside shops and theatres, and everyone rushed to buy it. After 3 days, the £3 had grown to 300, and this large sum was sent to China in the boy's name. But the story isn't finished yet. An American returned from Manila to the United States, and she told this story to a great many people. Among those who heard it was Mr. Henry Ford, the motor car manufacturer. And his wife felt sorry that because of his unselfishness, the boy didn't get his bicycle for which he had worked so hard. So she sent $20 to Manila and asked the China Relief Committee to buy a bicycle for the boy. They did so, and the wife of the American commissioner presented it to him at a public ceremony attended by all the important people of the town. But although he now had his bicycle, the boy still wanted as much as ever to help the poor people of China, and so he decided to hire out the bicycle for 2 shillings an hour and send all the money to the relief fund. The bicycle is now supporting a Christian home in China for 15 orphan boys, and every word of this story is true.